When I first started working with Dan, I had several complex responsibilities. One was beginning to rebrand our company. The second one was doing some restructuring in our department. And when I started working with analytics, we didn't really have any policies or procedures in place. So when I first called Dan, I just had a lot of overwhelming responsibilities and having a hard time kind of knowing what direction to take and how to sort of get started in a way that was more manageable. First product that we initiated after we had Dan's process that he'd helped me create in place, we were thinking about introducing a product called pimento cheese and bacon biscuit. And it was the first time we'd used that new model, and it was really unbelievable because it kept all the departments involved in that process, one, accountable for the numbers they were using, and at the same time, it allowed us to see what each department was using to decide how well that product would do for us. But not only that, but it gave us an estimated profit on the other side. So we started to manage to that, and turns out that we were spot on most of those forecasts and ended up selling almost to the unit what we forecasted with that product. And on top of that, it was one of the best-selling products we'd ever had, and I think it was because we stayed very, very diligent in the product innovation process we were working on, as well as the forecasting and the profit prediction model. I think what I enjoyed most about Dan is instead of telling me the solutions to my problems, we ended up working on a notebook, and we divided the issues I was dealing with and the responsibilities in order of priority. And then he coached me through the process of figuring them out by myself. And part of that was twofold. I think the first was sort of helping me from a personal standpoint learn more about myself and my behaviors and my styles, and learning how to make those fit better into finding those solutions. And then I think the second thing he did was he introduced a lot of tried and true methods of finding solutions or to address problems. And one of those examples, we were in the process of starting to do more product innovation, and we really didn't have any procedure in place to forecast the product or to forecast how that product would do to tell us how much money we could spend on marketing. And Dan introduced some formulas and some ideas for me to be able to create a format to where we could, from the very beginning of that process, figure out a way to figure out a very complex forecasting system in a way that people understood, but that allowed us to minimize a lot of our risks. And that was just one example of something that, while he helped coach me through it and taught me a ton about the way to address that, he helped me figure a lot of that out by myself. So it allowed me to take what I learned from that process and then use it for other things as well. I completely understand why people are skeptical of getting into a business coach relationship, mainly because it's just such a new behavior for so many people. But, you know, I've been in the QSR fast food business for going on 25 years now, and I've done taken all kinds of courses, and I also am a believer that MBAs are important, but all of that comes either prior to real life situations or after real life situations. And what I love about Dan and Action Coach is I have access to what I believe is MBA quality assistance in real time. So when I have a need, they're there to address that need in real time when the real situation is happening. And that peace of mind is invaluable.